So the first video I did to break the ice on this journey, I mentioned that since turning 40, I've decided to embrace athleticism. I've made fun of myself previously for the whole roller derby thing, because the idea of me being an athlete was just beyond me, because that's how I grew up, thinking I'm not athletic and all this. So when I turned 40, I decided if I was going to play, then I'm going to start acting like an athlete in doing this, because otherwise, what's the point? Today, I am skating. For the past 2 months, I have spent a lot of time out here skating, and love it. I'm finding that I can put a lot of pieces together on what's going on as I'm skating, and able to just kind of let my head do whatever it does without overanalyzing and worrying about everything that's happening. So I got about a mile in today, and then I tripped and fell, and I laughed it off. I thought it was hilarious. Scuffed up my Lisa Frank toe guard, which was kind of a bummer. Let you see that there. But I got up quickly, and as I got a little further on this skating journey, I got to thinking about when I was at the warehouse last year. One of my new friends asked me what I was so nervous about. I just said something about having this fear of falling, and she said, either the wall's going to catch you or the floor's going to catch you, so what's the problem? What are you afraid of? It's like, that seems kind of relevant to this YouTubing journey, I guess. Yesterday I had to use a script because I was so nervous at the idea of doing anything, saying anything, putting anything out there. And today I'm just winging it because I'm skating and it felt like the thing to do. I found that as I've been skating and listening to music, it kind of feels like there's this other level of existence that's like right there, almost within reach, but it's just barely out of reach. It's like I know, and that I've been searching for like my soul family like my entire life. I've never found, well, I've maybe found the occasional people, but they were in and out of my life in a short span of time, with whatever else was going on. But I've always been looking for like my people, and I've come to a place where I think this is how I'm supposed to be finding them, which still seems kind of crazy putting myself out there, but this is me doing that anyway. When I skate, it feels like I'm having conversations with them. They are like talking to me, encouraging me. There was even one day I went to the zoo and felt like they were with me there. And it's like just almost there. It's so close I can feel it. And I'm ready for it. But it's kind of like almost like a game of hide and seek at this point, because it's like I know they're there, I know they're coming in, I know I'm getting close, but the only thing I can do is keep myself in a good frame of mind to allow that to happen. Staying more positive, which has always been something I've struggled with. If you spend any time with my family, you see why, as everybody's making comments about basically just their negative voice that everybody has. And if something happened, it's, oh, I'm so stupid and blah blah blah. It's like, I refuse to do that anymore. I quit a job recently And one of the last experiences there was I was confused about something, and I asked the girl I was working with, and she was confused about it, so she like got stressed out enough that she called the operator over and mentioned it to her, and the operator's just like, well, this is obvious, what's your guys' problem? And she starts saying, oh, I'm a dumbass, and she's like, we're dumbasses, blah blah blah. It's like, no, I'm not claiming that for myself. If you want to claim that for you, that's on you. I do not claim that. I will not claim that. I actually like hanging out with myself now, so go figure. Never thought I'd say that, but I do. And I've been watching these videos for the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. One of them I remember, I think, was a Gem Goddess tarot reading, and she said that she got the sense that black dogs were like a sign that what I'm waiting for is coming. Well, I've had my 3 dogs that I currently have are all predominantly black, and I've had the oldest one for 10 and a half years. It's like, okay, so hopefully it's close then, because that's a while. And then I watched one recently, the Nordic Light Tarot, where she was talking about, she said, I feel like you're going on a journey to find yourself, because you've been leaving pieces of yourself scattered in different places, and you're on a journey to find those. And then I signed up for this Mystic Connections thing with Hay House a couple months ago, and I'd forgotten all about it, even though I signed up for it within the week, until I had to take my niece to school. And then it's like, well, hey, that's the same day. I'm already up, so clearly I need to be paying attention to this. And Radley Valentine was talking in the afternoon, and he talked about how, he said, first off, everybody is psychic. We all have these gifts, if you will. They're not exclusive to any of us. I said the other thing is that as empathic people, he said, we basically send out these sort of feelers for, like, I guess, checking the energy around us to find people that are hurting, and to basically help those that are hurting, try to heal those wounds. And he talked about the importance of shielding yourself energetically and not allowing yourself to just send this stuff out to everybody you ever meet, because it does take away your power. And I got to thinking, it's like, so all I got to do is call this back to me, like, just, okay, all the pieces of me that have ever gone anywhere, I want those back. And Spirit was like, yeah. So I was like, all right, well, let's do that. Let's call this back then. And, you know, then I went into like super skater mode, and I'm over here all the time wanting to skate, and do all this other stuff. And like, I've never felt more myself than I have recently. And I love it. Still some things that I've had to get over, obviously, like yesterday with the first video that I did and posted on YouTube that I will probably take down because I already like this one better. You know, and then the live that I did on Instagram the other day, and I did take it down because it was awful. But that wasn't the point of it. The point was not to have the first one be good. The point was to get the anxiety out of my system that I am capable of doing this, and that maybe somebody might want to hear what I have to say somewhere down the line. I am totally handing this off to Spirit on taking it where it needs to go. If somebody needs to hear anything I have to say or whatever else, all I got to do is be willing to put myself out there. So I guess this is me doing that. And today feels way better than yesterday, and I can't even tell you how much better than the day that I did the live, because I cried immediately afterwards. Just for that anxiety that I always had built up. I come from a long line of people who don't like doing anything different. My grandpa, I think that's the only thing I really remember hearing out of him, well, as far as I go, is we don't do things different. Why you always got to do things different? Actually, at the time that he came up with that statement, he was griping at me at the fact that I wanted to take a motorcycle safety class, because the guy I was dating at the time was into motorcycles, and it's like, you know what, maybe. Okay, so what if I learned to ride a motorcycle? No big deal. But he even commented that I had two of the ugliest cats in the world, because I always loved the tortoiseshell colorings. I like things unique and different. That's always been me, and I think that was one of those conversations that stayed with me for a long time, because I have no problem being the black sheep in my family. I have always known that that is me. I was kind of at this weird aging point of time, because my mom's enough older than her sisters that, you know, their kids are 12 and 15 years younger than I am. And then I was 18 or 15 years younger than my aunts, which they were the next closest to my age. So I didn't really have any immediate cousins that were close in age. So I always felt like that was kind of a unique situation. And it was specifically for me to be able to break through some of the bad thinking that my family already had going on. I had to confront some things by myself before I could even get to this point. But it's funny because both of my aunts have at least one kid that I get along with really well, because they kind of think like I do. And, you know, I'm the first one in our specific group to end up with tattoos and facial piercings. I don't think there's a whole lot that was dying to do that in our line, but here I am. And, you know, both of them, my two cousins, you know, they both have a bunch of tattoos now. And I think just the fact that it's not so weird, despite what my grandfather and all the rest of the family would like to say. I'm enjoying finding myself and being more me, and not needing permission from everybody else, which that's sometimes still an issue. Hopefully will be less so the more I do these. Which I don't know how big of a thing this is going to be in my life. Is this the new thing I'm doing? I don't know. It is for now, for right this second. And it's kind of growing on me. I said yesterday that my biggest thing has always been finding my voice, speaking my truth. And I feel like I'm getting less afraid every time, you know, I've started to do that. Like, even, you know, the other day I was just going on a tangent, talking to one of my aunts, and just telling her about everything that I know everybody else in the family would think is crazy, but that's been going on with me. And she's like, well, that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. Like, I'm not as crazy as everybody would like to think I am, but hey, part of that comes from me being willing and able to speak my truth. And I'm getting better. Still hesitant at times, like when my father decided to tell me the other day that he got mad at me because I told him that he didn't need to send me the YouTube videos that he's been sending because I don't agree with them. And he made a comment that I need to get my head unburied from the sand. One of these days I'll wake up. And I was just thinking, funny thing about that is I feel like one of us definitely needs to wake up, but it's not me. I'm already trying to figure things out. I've always been in trying to figure it out mode, and I'm not quitting. And like I said, I know my people are out there, and I know they will find me. And right now I'm just gonna hand this off to the universe and see what happens, because it's starting to be fun. So, see ya.